In previous videos, we've seen how the keyboard can physically represent the notes used in music notation and in music theory. The naming system is a little bit odd because it's based on our odd musical alphabet. For example, if I move from A to B, or from B to C, I can see that I cover very different distances or intervals. There's a pitch location that I skip over when I go from A to B. But there's no gap at all when I go from B to C. In fact, when I move through the musical alphabet, I skip over pitch locations more often than I don't. 5 times, in fact, between A and B, C and D, D and E, F and G and A. I don't skip over a pitch location only twice, between B and C and between E and F. This means that in this musical alphabet, it is more common or normal to skip a pitch location when you step from one note to the next. There are 2 kinds of steps, therefore, and the skipping step is the norm. When we move from A to B, or from C to D, we call that a whole step. When we don't take that normal whole step, we call it a half step, like when we move from B to C, or from E to F. Similarly, we can derive names to identify the distance or interval that each kind of step covers. The whole tone for the interval covered by a whole step, and the semitone for the interval covered by a half step. In this sense, our basic musical alphabet is a sequence of whole tones and semitones that we could reproduce starting on any note. The interval sequence built on A, for example, runs like this: whole tone, semitone, whole tone, semitone, whole tone, whole tone. The same interval sequence built on C would run like this, beginning on C, whole tone, semitone, whole tone, semitone, whole tone, whole tone. We've just discovered something very important. Different collections of notes can use the same interval staircase. This discovery introduces us to the use of scales and the idea of modes.